Sometimes the best thing to do when nothing is working out or nothing makes sense or you don't really know what will be next, I think you just surrender in that moment, because there's so much noise in this world that we live in. There's so much things happening in our day-to-day that we think our devotion and our time and our energy has to go to all these different things, and if we don't give our energy and our time and our attention to these things, everything might just come crumbling down. I feel like I have so much things to do in my life, and at this age, and with where I want to go, my purpose, my career, my personal growth, what I want to do, that sometimes I feel like time is not enough. Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of time. I'm behind in life. I don't see anything happening. Nothing is working. It feels honestly like nothing is moving. I know a lot of things in my life looking back in hindsight where I felt like that, like nothing was happening and there was no change or growth, where I felt stagnant in those moments. I came out of them, and I am now in a place where I'm living in my actual answered prayers. So I have that part of understanding where I know that, like, yes, these things can make you feel stagnant when you're in it, but once you're past it, when you look back at it, you're like, oh my gosh, like so much growth happened during this time. I have done a lot with my life. I have learned everything that I needed to learn under the sun. I would not be this person that I am today if I hadn't gone through those things. But when you're in it, it feels like time just is running and nothing is happening. And that is such a weird place to be, like, in life, when you feel like nothing is moving and nothing is growing and there is no progress. It feels like, at least, there's no progress and you cannot see the full picture. You cannot understand. I'm sorry guys, I haven't filmed in a really long time, so I'm having a hard time like looking straight at the camera. It's like time is running out and every day is passing by and nothing is happening. And I just want to say to those who feel like that, 3 things. Really guys, 3 things. I think number 1 is you surrender to the moment. Surrender to the moment and realize and understand everything is happening. Everything is taking place. The growth that you need, the person that you need to meet, or the people that you need to meet. Wherever you are right now, you're supposed to be there. And I know it's hard to hear that, but I just think it's important, because what I've been reflecting a lot on is how of the fact that I've been living in my actual answered prayers. Like, I genuinely have prayed for certain things and the Lord has made them true. So what does that tell me? It's literally a receipt of the fact that God does answer our prayers when we do ask, but if we don't ask, nothing happens. Not only that, but looking back, I was stuck. I felt like nothing was happening. But the Lord was preparing me the whole entire time to propel me to be ready for those moments, to be able to fully accept those moments when they do come. And I just think sometimes we get defeated whenever we sort of feel stagnant in our life, whatever the case may be, and we feel like we don't see anything moving and we sort of feel like a rock. But the truth is that we are not a rock, right? We don't like something, we can change it. We can shake it up. And that leads me to my second point that I want to make, is that, yeah, number 1, you have to surrender and understand that everything is happening and fully rewire your brain in that way. But the second thing is you have to keep going. You have to still show up. You have to still perform. You have to still believe in God. You still have to have faith, and you still have to keep going. Just because you feel defeated and you feel like nothing's working, it doesn't mean that you can't keep going. You still have to keep going, and you cannot give up, right? And understand that you have the power to change things if they're not working out for you. If they're not working out for you, you literally have the power to change them. So nothing is working? Perfect. Let's reflect. Let's look at things. How can we change things up? And I guess that is my third point, is that you also have to just remember that you are not a rock. I'll say it again and again. We are not a rock. And I think sometimes we have to be reminded of that, because we feel so often that if I'm in this stuck place, there's no change for me. I'm gonna be stuck here forever. This feels like forever. And when we're in it, it's intense. It's 10 times bigger than we think it is. And I just want to be a voice to somebody today, and I just want to be a beam of light in any shape and form to inform you and to let you know that you cannot live your life defeated. You cannot live your life feeling like you can't change, feeling like you cannot move things around. Like I said once more, like I'll say it again, you are not a rock, and you can change, and you can change things around. And with that, understand that God wants you to win in this life. I think our brain is such an important thing in our life. Like, if the way we think is not set up correct, and if our mind is not right, everything else will follow with it, right? Our peace, our everything in between. If our mind is not positive, if we don't think, we're not optimistic and we're not positive, and we're looking into the future with hope and with faith to our God, I think our mind and how we think is everything. I think it changes everything. I think it can change our situation. I think it can bring us out of a rut. I think it can bring us out of everything. And then in the day, we're left with our own mind. And the way to stop all the noise that can come up, and the way to sort of rewrite our own stories with the Lord's hand in it, and sort of create our own reality, is by rewiring our brain. It's so important that we work on that on a day-to-day basis. I just want you to know that you're not alone in that. And a lot of times, because how life takes place, it does feel like nothing is happening. It does feel like there's no progress. It does feel like you just want to give up. Like, any minute now, like, you just want to give up because you just don't see it. Maybe you're on social media and you're trying to grow your platform, and you see a few likes and comments and people engaging here and there. And for me, I just want to emphasize, it's never about the likes or comments. It's about engagement, right? As people seeing these things, as people interacting with you, as people relating to your story, right? Because at the end of the day, it's storytelling for me, is the reason why I do this, is people finding these things helpful. And 9 times out of 10, people are probably finding it. People are so many times, like when I reflect back on my analytics of like my channel and how my channel is doing, YouTube is pushing my videos out a lot. I'm reaching a lot of people, but I'm not necessarily keeping them in a way. And I say all that to say that, like, yes, what you're doing in this world and what you're putting out is reaching the right people, and it will reach the right people, and at the right time it will reach the right amount of people. So you have to fully believe in that and put your head down and just keep going. What else? If you don't keep going And if you don't fully believe that the Lord wants you to win in this life, what else are you gonna do? I guess the last thing I'll say to end this video and to leave you with is God wants us to win in this life. He loves us dearly. He has a purpose for us. So if nothing else works, which will work, it will work, of course it will. But if it doesn't, and you don't get what you want, and you don't have your idea of success, and you don't have your idea of achievement in this life, at least your relationship with God is something that you have, something that people cannot take from you. It's something that you'll always have. It's eternal. And I think it's so important to understand that. I think it's easy to be pulled and feel like, but I'm not achieving things, but I do love God, but I have a relationship with him, but I do want to grow with him. But we quickly get pulled away from that when we don't see the progress, whenever we don't necessarily are getting what we want in life. I think it's so important to remember that at the end of the day, nothing else matters except your relationship with God, except knowing God and seeking him on a day-to-day basis. And I will sit here and tell you the truth that is not easy. The moment you accepted to walk with the Lord and start your journey with him, it's already a very difficult thing to do. And I just think if there's anything that you can get out of this video that I've said, if nothing works, if nothing goes according to plan, if nothing happens in the way that you want it to, at least you have your relationship with God. Because what else is important?